Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling. As you see what's going on our lovely island of Fawnhallow today. I think that was Flo, wasn't it? An ex-Fawnhallow resident. I'm recording as later than usual, mainly because I recorded some in Stars and Time, and then it ended up being a lot more episodes than expected because it's hard to find good save points in that game. But it was a good time. I will say I have so many theories now about in Stars and Time. More things. I will say, I'm trying to think what's not spoilers. Hold on. Good evening, everyone. I'm here with a late night broadcast. Hope I can make it through this. Right now in Fawnhallow, it's 12:53 AM on what should be Sunday, June 28th, 2026. So I said one of my theories in one of the episodes recorded. I don't remember which one, but I will say, what can I say to not give stuff away? The identity of who the final boss is, I have a theory of, which I spoke about, but then I also started thinking about a theory of who, let's say, what doesn't give it away, Stardust is, and I have a theory, but I had a different theory initially, but now I thought about it more, and now I've got a different theory, so we'll see when that comes up to play. And I was saying, I actually did say my theory, kind of, in the episode I just recorded, but I also then went, no, I don't think that can be right. But I've now thought of a way that it makes more sense after their dialogue with the other thing. I said, I don't know, and I need to record more, but I think I've recorded 7 episodes today, so I basically recorded until what? Until after July is over, I think. July 2nd. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost until July is over. Which is good because it's our fight, so recording that much is actually quite helpful. But I still need to do the thumbnail art for the other mechanical game. Again, it won't take that long. I think it'll probably take about 2 hours, maybe less, because there's not really a background on the splash art, which means it's significantly easier to do so. But yeah. What am I going to talk about? I don't know what I was going to talk about. I remember what I was going to talk about now. I was going to talk about the next thing that we did in Japan. Which isn't actually all that crazy, because... Oh no! How could I forget about this other place? Okay, so... before we get into Japan, small catch talk. What has been going on? Umemusume did actually make it to Group A finals. It was very worrying because round 2 day 1, I got 1, 2, 2, 2, and you need 3 to win, to qualify for the next round. So I was actually really worried. I was like, I know my Umas aren't the strongest I've ever made them, but I would have thought they'd be strong enough to qualify for round A. So I was like, okay, let's start making a backup Christmas Ogre, just in case I need to bust her out and use her on this fight. Turns out I didn't need to, because I did my runs this time and went 4-0-4-3. I don't know what happened in that 0, to be honest, but the others qualified very comfortably, and I was like, okay, fair enough. Don't know what happened, but now it's done. So I don't need to make my Christmas Ogre, and now I can actually fully focus on CM16, which I'm still debating what to do, because I like running front runners. But this is one of the ones I need to win because, well, I don't need to, but I'd like to win because I want to get the trophy. I want to get the platinum title because I haven't got the platinum title yet. But I haven't yet got it, so it's like, let's run what's strong. And people will say that triple front can be strong, but the thing is with fronts, it's like, you have to be really strong to beat other fronts, and it's all or nothing. The pace chases is a bit easier in some aspects. I'm like, do I run triple front? I'm not going to run triple front, probably. I'm not going to make a front high key, that sounds like a nightmare. But I'm like, should I run triple pace, or should I run single front, double pace? I'm like, that's really relying on someone else getting it solo front. I'm like, is that going to work? Maybe Smart Falcon can make it happen, but I don't know. Or maybe if I wanted to do Sane Sky, I was back committed, but Sane Sky is an absolute nightmare to train on. That, because I'd need at least 1 mile spark, and then it would be possible. But no, she's like Sprint G. If she's Sprint D, that is actually doable, but Sprint G I think is actually really not doable. It's just an absolute nightmare. She's probably Sprint F actually. She's Sprint G, yeah, such a pain. I did it already with Halloween and Super Weekend, it was a nightmare. Anyway. Long and short, probably not going to do it, but maybe I could. Because she could probably solo win. Oh, that's way too much effort, I'm not doing that. I have a double front and pace. I know for sure I'm running Niche Near Flower, because I can't run Saiyan Sky, so I'm going to run Niche Near Flower instead. And it's just like, do I do 2 more pace or do I do 2 fronts? I don't know. What I'm going to do is actually I'm going to go watch a load of scrims and see basically our front's doing well, our pace is doing well, and I'll just do whichever's stronger. I don't know what my third pace is going to be if I do another pace though. Oh, you know, it should be Fujikisuki. I get so few opportunities to actually race her. I could do current. Oh, because then I won't have to do Taiki, because I don't want to run Taiki, that's the thing. Anyway, okay, not the point. The thing I was going to talk about is we went to a place in Japan. I can't remember what it's called, but an okonomiyaki place, and it was actually really, honestly, great vibes. What was it called? It's called OK? I don't know. It's run by basically just one woman, which is absolutely crazy to say, but there's one woman runs an entire okonomiyaki restaurant. Just continuous stuff every single day. It's actually insane. I wish I remember what it was called, because I actually can't remember what it's called. But it was actually really, really, I kind of loved it. And I think it would be something which only works in Japan. Oh, it's called Okeo, is that it? Okeo Okonomiyaki. Bar no Okonomiyaki bar. Yeah, it's basically like a bar in Osaka. And I would highly, highly recommend going. For one, it has vegan-friendly options, if that interests you. 2, it's basically got the vibes of like an indie kind of bar. I'm not sure if indie's the right word. It's like a, I don't know. But anyway, there's one woman who runs it, Shiho, and I mean maybe indie's the right word, but it's like a very sort of like, you can tell it's like solo business entrepreneur sort of thing. It's got a very sort of gaudy vibe in it, maybe is how I would describe it. But what you basically do, I don't know, it's kind of like a dive bar. Maybe that's the best way to put it. Or like kind of like a club or something. Is dive bar a right word? No, not really. It's like a colourful dive bar, maybe? Yeah, okay. I describe it as a colourful dive bar, except for it's okonomiyaki that you eat. Basically, you queue up, but the queue's long, and it's in a tiny corridor, so there's barely enough room for people to move it past each other. And then there's also a sign saying that, like, please don't wait here for more than 15 minutes up, because apparently people have left her bad reviews, which I can't imagine why. Like, you walk in, this is a vibe you're going to get, and the vibes are great, that's what I'd say. But waiting in the queue, not great. That's kind of boring. That fair enough. But when you get there, she's super lovely. You there, she orders. She speaks like pretty good English. And yeah, you just order what you want. She's just behind there, and she just takes what you have. And it's literally just her. She's just running back, taking the order, and cooking it at the same time, going back and forth. And then there's a thing where you you can pay your own for. Pay what you want for alcohol, well, pay some amount for alcoholic drinks, you put it in and you have to squeeze the chicken, so then she knows that you've got an alcoholic drink. You can mix your own alcoholic drinks. There's loads of random little things that you can make your own cocktails. What did I have? I can't remember. I think I mixed like strawberry or raspberry liquor, some berry liquor with sake, and then I had the rest as some juice or something. Or maybe I had like elderflower, I can't remember. Anyway, I had like a somewhat sweetish cocktail. All my friends made a variety of different other drinks. Some also pretty decent, others really terrible, I'm going to be honest. One of my friends made a really strong alcoholic drink where I think she only put alcohol in, which was an interesting decision. Another friend made like I can't remember what you put in, like just gin or something. It just tasted so strong of gin, and I was like, well, good luck drinking that. But yeah, I can't remember what okonomiyaki I even had was. But it's pretty nice. and you can have like 2 sizes, and it was massive portions, by the way. But she basically calls you down. There's like a little camera feed of a TV screen where she says your number, and when you see it, you sort of go down. But she has like really nice sort of like areas to sit, because that was the thing I was worried about, because I saw like the entrance area and I was like, it's so crowded in here, it's so crowded. I see the bar is basically us sort of walking around trying to squeeze past people. There's not enough space. What the seating area is going to be like? Seating area is great. It's like a very traditional sort of Japanese seating area, you know, where you sit on the ground and have like sort of like a low table, although to be fair, there's like spaces for your legs underneath. You need to take off your shoes, you put them in a little shoe cabinets, but to be fair, we went on the upstairs one. There's like a big open space, because it was good, because we had a party of like 6, so we needed a big table for all of us. But there was also smaller ones of like small like bar, countertop like seats that you could sit at, or like other tables. But we went into basically a private room, which is great. That's exactly what I want, you know. A place which is popular enough that there are people, but we have our own space, you know. I love having a private room, sort of thing. But yeah, there's like a video feed where you had to pay attention to a video feed to hear her call it out, because she's not going to announce it over intercom. Maybe she should. Probably kind of interesting. She had like a little mic which announces to everyone order number, whatever, but also that would kind of disrupt the vibe. Yeah, but you can also like watch her like hard at work, and then she calls out your number, you go down, and then you get your food and you bring it to wherever you want. And then when you're done with your food, you clean up afterwards yourself, because it's all like self-service establishment. She doesn't have time to clean up, so you should clean up. And that's why I said it probably only works in Japan, because Japan, the general populace have the manners, I think, to actually make that work. But to be fair, there were a lot of tourists here as well. But what was also cool is like it's very encouraged, I think, to also basically doodle all over the place, or like graffiti the place. She's kind of like encouraging it, because it's like people who write down like little messages. There's like little sticky notes that people draw on, stick to the walls to be like, hey, here's my little doodle. I don't even remember if I went to the bathroom here or not, but whatever. I'm sure it's got that same sort of vibe. So yeah, I was really surprised, because it was a place where in the queue, I think it was also really hot because there was no air conditioning in the queue. I was like, this is kind of boiling. I'm not sure if it's going to be my sort of vibe. I'm not kind of feeling it. I know myself. I'm very sort of like a fancy sort of person, you know. I like clean establishments, you know. Do I like fine dining? Yes, I like the experience of fine dining, sue me. And I'm like, is this going to be my sort of vibe? I'm not sure, but I'm still willing to give it a shot. Then I think after I got out queue, once I ordered one to sit down in that room, I was like, yeah, you know what, I love this. This is a great recommendation. Food, really good. Huge, absolutely massive portion size, which I ate most of mine, and then I saved the rest of it for breakfast tomorrow, the next day. Some of my friends ordered the large ones, which was insane, because those were huge. And then some of my friends got like sides as well, but I don't know, it was just like really nice. I guess it kind of gave the comfortableness of an izakaya. It wasn't like, because the first izakaya we went to was like pretty noisy, there was a lot of people there, and it was like, okay, it's like kind of vibes, but it's also, you know, the same vibes as going to a pub. At least we can hear each other. I would say British pubs are the worst at this. They blast the music so loud with so many people, you cannot hear people you're next to. It's frustrating, I would say. Which is why, I mean, if you ever go to a pub in London, definitely you should probably take a drink and stand outside if you can, because then you can actually hear people. That's my recommendation. But this is kind of the same vibe, where I had that vibe of izakaya, but there weren't people around, but there was enough people around that it was like, it felt busy, it felt lively, which is what I want. And it's what I always say, it's like such a contradiction. I want the feeling of places being lively, but I don't want to deal with the consequences of people being there, if that makes sense. So like, I want, like Disneyland, like, would feel so weird if it was empty. I don't want to wait in a queue, if that makes sense. I want to be at a concert and be like, yeah, vibing with like people around me and stuff. But I don't want people to be there if I need to go to the bathroom, or I don't want to wait forever to like get some water or something. It's not vibe. Or like, I don't know, like one thing is like we go to like a comedy club, that sort of thing. Like I love that. I want to have a crowd where people have to work off of and to like laugh together. But I hate like having to squeeze past everyone in such a tiny space, that sort of thing. And I think that's probably quite universal, and I understand you can't have one without the other. It's genuinely not how it works. But I think in a selfish way, I wish I could. Anyway, that was a great okonomiyaki bar, so highly recommend it. Okay, if you're ever in Osaka. Especially if you're vegan. A great one to go to. I can't even remember which one I had. Did someone take a picture of a menu? Maybe. It was like a choose your own you could do, but I had like a set one because I was like, I don't know. Like, that's too much effort. But it was really cute vibes, and it really made me sad the fact that there was a notice being like, oh, she's getting bad reviews because people are like, you have to wait here forever. I'm like, oh, there's one person running this entire thing. How the heck is she keeping up with this? I would say this is insane because she doesn't even take a break, presumably. I think it's only open from like 6 to 9, so she probably just works like 4 or 5 hours continuously, and then she just lapses, is my guess. I genuinely have no idea how she would do it. Maybe there are multiple people, I don't know. I guess also that's why she doesn't have dates. You just have paper sort of things. But genuinely, it's really nice. I would highly recommend. And then go to the upstairs room where you can sit on like the tatami like seating. Especially if you have a big group. Apparently there's also seating downstairs. I didn't go to, so I don't know what the downstairs look like. Yeah, I'm just looking at all the photos now that people have. But it's really colourful, and yeah, very much a dive bar. Like, it's not glamorous, I would say, by any stretch of imagination, but everything's super colourful, everything's so sort of like authentic. It's probably the way I'd put it. You know, which is something which definitely, as much as I like fine dining and fanciful restaurant experiences, definitely feels like it's missing. You know? So yeah, I generally don't know how she does it. It's insane. So it's open from 6 to what? 6 to 11 every single day. 5 hours basically, continuous kitchen and bar rush. I mean, clearly she loves it. Like, she's been doing this for years as far as I know, but could I do it? I don't know. I could do it for some things. I don't know if I could do it for a restaurant or like okonomiyaki. I don't think I love okonomiyaki that much. Oh, this website's wrong. TripAdvisor, there we go. But yeah, I don't know. This has got kind of that vibe. If you like dive bar sort of vibes, I think you would really love this place. And if you don't, then yeah, I don't know. This person, restaurant to avoid, wrong. Report this person. This person rated a 1 on value. Like, I'm gonna say, this is not gonna be the best okonomiyaki in the world, but it is, yeah. It's, if you look at that vibe and you're like, I like that vibe, go there, because it's a hard thing to find, to be honest. But yeah, I think it was pretty good. Anyway, if you have been watching, we'll round this episode up here. So if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been dazzling. Like, comment, subscription, shares, greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope to see you again, but for now, it's our farewell. See you until next time. Bye bye for now.